What's up YouTube, Dow here from Zephyr Wargames, and today I'm going to bring you a test hand combo video for the Thunder Dragon profile I showed you the other day. So what we're going to do is we're going to show off its aggressive nature and defensive nature by doing 2 test hands going first and 2 going second. With all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content from the channel. With all of that out of the way, and after a very decent shuffle and a good old cut, our opening test hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I mean, the Scythe kind of made the hand look really, really bad, and then we get the Allure with the Raw combo. So, really good. I'll take that. So, you're going to start off by activating Allure of Darkness. If they actually, you've got a second one, you're in a good position. You already know what you're going to banish, so I wouldn't even worry. You're going to draw 2. You're going to banish your Thunder Dragon Raw. You're then going to trigger the Raw, and you're going to summon out the Dark because it is the best one to go for. You could, if you really, really wanted to, activate Gold Sark. And if I was going to activate Gold Sark right now, I'd probably put 4 cards back because I'd be digging for a starter. I could, if I wanted to, put all 5, put 3 cards back. So you can risk it with an Allure, which isn't going to get you anywhere. So I'm probably going to try and fix my hand, to be totally honest. So I'm going to go Gold Sark. If I draw the same cards, I'll just, yeah, it is what it is. So the worst case scenario is that I could normal summon the Matrix, link those 2 off, so I still have plays to make. So we're going to banish the Thunder Dragon Hawk, and the 3 cards I'm going to put back is Allure, Scythe, and Monster Reborn. You could just put back the Scythe if you really, really wanted to, but I'm going for maximum advantage because I'm looking for a starter. If I get into Fusion Destiny, I'm great. If I get into an instant fusion, I'm also in a great position. So there we go. We're going to shuffle that up. We're going to draw 3 brand new cards. 1, pretty good. 2, pretty good. 3, bloody good. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that gamble was definitely worth it. Now you've got 2 options. You're going to normal summon the Battery Man solo. You're going to trigger its own effect. And to me, I'm actually going to send a Matrix. I don't think... Well, do I send a Matrix? I'm going to get Thunder Dragon Fusion off of that. The only reason I'd be sending a light would be to get that, which isn't really worth it. So I suppose I have to be smart on this one. So I'm going to send Thunder Dragon. You have to really send a light. If I send Matrix, I get no effect. Like, it's not going to search anything. And I should be able to trigger off Solar. I could normal summon. Oh no, I can't. I'll just use that Doi. Right, okay, so we're going to shuffle this up. What I'm going to try and do is I want to try and trigger the reasoning where best possible. So we'll banish the Thunder Dragon itself to summon down the Black Collapse. I'm going to link the Black Collapse off. And the reason I'm doing it singly is I'm actually going to try and go for the Spheres play instead. So we're going to go Striker. We're going to use Black Collapse effect to send us searches out the White Wyvern. White Wyvern will then use its own effect. There we go. So we're going to banish that to summon down the Wyvern. And then what you want to do here is you're going to link these 2 together. And you're going to go into Spheres. Now, you could, if you really, really wanted to, you could go into like Dagda at that point, but I can make Dagda and Verte through what I already have on the board already. The only thing that I'm trying to do is get a Thunder monster to the board to give me that additional token off the Battery Man Solar. If I get that, then I'm in a great position. So I'm going to activate Reasoning. Now, the most common cards in a Thunder Dragon deck are 5s and 6s, so we're going to call 6. Wow, okay, and it gives you Scythe. I mean, that's not too bad getting Scythe. It's not great, it's not bad. And the reason that it's not bad is because I can actually get it back by trying to pop the Dagda, so I can still put my opponent under a Scythe lock should I really, really want to. So now, again, you've got a couple of options on where you want to go. You kind of need to leave Dagda on the board. I kind of got that. I've got Thunder Dragon Fusion coming as well. So if I feel my opponent can't break a Scythe lock, I would focus on the Dagda. If I feel that they can play for a Scythe lock, I'd probably go Verte for the DPE, and just to give me a bit more advantage. So what we're going to do here is we'll go you imagine if Scythe was a tuner? Hot damn. We'll link those two together, and we'll go into... We'll go Verte. I mean, you could... We'll go Dagda. I think Dagda gives me the best of both. Because then what we'll be able to do here... Yeah, I can actually trigger Batteryman Solar. I can get both. No, I can get both. Ignore me. I can actually get both. So what we're going to do here is we're going to trigger off the Thunder Dragon Dark. We're going to get ourselves a Thunder Dragon Fusion, wherever it is. There we go, right to the top. We're going to activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion. We're going to put back our Thunder Dragon Dark. We're going to put back our original Thunder Dragon, and we're going to put back Hawk. I'll go back to the deck. This will then summon out a Titan. There we go. Which will then trigger Batteryman Solar to give us a token. Now, the best thing about this is that there are two different names. So that gives you instant access to Dagda. So you just go, okay, Batteryman Solar plus his token to go into Dagda. Now, obviously, we can't set Scythe because Scythe's already in the grave, which is quite annoying. But what we can do is that's going to go in the grave. Is you're going to activate Verte Anaconda. You'll send the materials, pay 2,000 life points, and then you're going to set yourself up with a DPE. Now, what this end board basically gives you, for those of you that aren't too familiar with this particular build, is during the standby phase, you have one or two options. You can either Titan, or you can DPE. Now, ideally, what you want to do is you want to go DPE effect to pop himself and pop Dagda. What that will then do is that will then trigger Dagda and DPE in the graveyard to summon back Scythe. That will then trigger Scythe's effect to lock your opponent out of the extra deck. You then still have an additional pop off of Titan, so if they did Chalice DPE, for example, you could then activate Matrix in the hand to target Titan. Titan will then, as long as they don't have a response, be able to pop the Dagda, which will then revive the Scythe. You still have a bounce off of the back of the spheres as well. Now, we don't play any dragons in the main deck for the pure fact that I never really found it to be utilised as most. Like, yes, you could go with Brotor. You then still need to have a discard in the hand in order to get the particular card you need, and you need to have a Thunder on the board in order to get to it. So it's good when it works, but the amount of times that it does work is very, very little. Anyway, so you kind of see that that was an ideal board. The only thing that makes that board any better is if instead of Batteryman Solar, we kind of got Lupine, and off of the back of that as well, we might have been able to add a Ready Fusion or Instant Fusion to add a Crystal Wing to that board as well. So after another decent shuffle, and we'll do another good old cut, we'll do another test hand going first, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really, like, Scythe just loves it. Yeah, I don't think this hand's ideal at all, but you do get these with Thunder Dragons. I kind of want to show you the consistency of a particular deck, so I'm not going to, like, change this around or anything, but the best thing you can do here is, like, you just normal summon a Matrix, link it off, but you don't gain any advantage, so you probably just set the Scythe, and then hope that your droplets and a 2k Matrix does the job. So let's restart that one, which isn't much of an issue. You do get these particular type of hands in real games, so you want to see those as well. So after another decent shuffle and a good old cut, our test hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot better, thank you very much. Yeah, okay, this is going to be cool because I can show you the Sulking play, and the reason I go with Sulking rather than Baron. So, normal summon your Lupine, banishes cost your Thunder Dragon Dark. Now, obviously, if your opponent wants to interrupt, they can do. They will input the Lupine. That can hurt a little bit. But we're going to act as if they haven't, because what that will then do is Lupine will then banish from your deck a Thunder Dragon Dark. You can then go Chaining 1 Dark, Chaining 1 Raw, Chaining 2 Dark. Dark will then give you a search. Now, you can go for your Thunder Dragon Fusion, or you can go for a Thunder Dragon Hawk, or you can go for a Thunder Dragon Matrix. It's entirely up to you. I'm probably going to go with Thunder Dragon Fusion, for the pure fact that I believe Raw should be best suited to give me a Matrix. No, we don't want Matrix, sorry, I take that back. We want a level 5. We want... I think Hawk's a 6, which is really annoying. I think it has to be OG Thunder Dragon. Yeah, so it'll be OG Thunder Dragon. There we go. It's not bad. We still got Chaos Creator to make plays for us later on as well, which is absolutely fine. So then what we're going to do here is you're going to activate the Instant Fusion. This is going to summon out your sea monster of Physios. And then because they're both level 5s, one's a tuner, one's a non-tuner, you're going to be able to sync these together and go into your Ultimate Zolkin. Now this is the reason we play Zolkin over Baron, because at this point we would just end with Baron, we'd then activate a Titan, so we'd have Baron, Titan, Droplets. That's it, and a Loof Lupine just sitting there. With a Zolkin, what you can do is you can set the Thunder Dragon Fusion, trigger Zolkin's effect to summon out your Crystal Wing. Then you've got a free body on the board, so you can just link these two off and go into whatever you want. So you can start unlocking Verte plays, but you can also start unlocking Dagda plays. So summon out the Dagda, activate your Thunder Dragon Fusion, put your 3 Thunders back. So you're going to put back your Thunder Dragon, your Dark, and your Raw. There you go, that will go to the grave, and then this will bring out your Titan. Now, if you wanted to, what you could have done, and I'll show you an additional extender as well, is rather than activating the Thunder Dragon Fusion right there and then, because you want to get the utility off of your Chaos Creator as well, and you want to get the Dagda play, is you can go summon down Chaos Creator by banishing your Thunder Dragon, and you could banish Tzolk'in. Is Tzolk'in a hard once per turn? When a spell trap card is set on the field, except during the special 1 power dragon or level 8 dragon. I mean, that's pretty cool. If I did play another Synchro, what you could do is you could banish these, I believe. You could banish these and then use Chaos Creator's effect to target the Zolkin, possibly Thunder Dragon, and then Thunder Dragon Dark. The only thing here is you'll lose your Thunder targets for your Thunder Dragon Fusion. So it's a bit of a gamble. But like, I'm pretty sure that I could bring back the Zolkin, set a card, and then spawn out another dragon if I played it, but I don't. So Zolkin will be going back, Thunder Dragon will be going back, and Dark would be coming to the board. I suppose that's the other issue. So this is if you want to go DPE, I suppose, because then Chaos Creator's effect would have triggered on the field, which will then let you set the Scythe off the Dagda, wherever it is. Set the Scythe off the Dagda. There we go. Dagda's done its duty. Like, there's no need for Dagda at all right now. So it's entirely up to you. I think the best route on this one. You kind of need to go Verte in order to get a pop. Would be the best way of doing it. Tricky. So I mean, like, the reason this is tricky is you can keep your Chaos Creator on the board, you can link these two together, or you could keep the Raw. At least the Raw would, in theory, float if it gets sent from the field to the graveyard. Now, you can downlink and go into a Verte, or you can keep the Dagda on the board and just normally link and go into a Verte. Now, what you'd then do is you set your droplets, you then activate Verte, you'd get DPE to the board. There we go. And then you've got to follow up the next turn with your Thunder Dragon Fusion still in hand. You've got droplets to try and negate anything that happens. You've got monsters in the graveyard to kind of banish and play around with. So these are your options. Like, you either go Chaos Creator using its effect, or you keep Chaos Creator on the board, activate Thunder Dragon Fusion, bring out Titan. So then your end board would then be, rather than Dagda, it would be Verte and Titan. And this would be without using Chaos Creator's effect. So it's entirely up to you on where you'd want to go from here. This is probably the better end board. So you just summon down Chaos Creator, you don't even use its effect. You spin the materials back in, make your Titan, but then you've got nothing in your hand to trigger the Titan. So again, it kind of catch-22. Like, is there a point of having a Titan if you can't trigger it, kind of thing. Anyway, you can kind of see options in there, and you can see why the Zolkin was made instead of the Baron. Now, obviously, if you kept the Baron on there, you don't worry about evenly matched. If you don't have you don't have that on board, you pretty much lose your entire board. Like, you'll lose Crystal Wing, you'll lose the Sight. Like, the idea is you'll lock your opponent out of the extra deck, but then they evenly you, and you just go cool. So it depends on if you're going, if it's like game 1 or game 2. If it's game 2 and you know evenlies are being sided in, or you expect them to be sided in, then that's where you probably adapt your play style. So again, it's something to look into, depending on what you face and how often you face it as well. Even with that, keep in mind that if you've locked your opponent out of the extra deck and they evenly you still have DPE, and you'll still leave yourself with 1 card. So if you've got the ability to trigger Crystal Wing, you just go DPE, pop, the Dagda or pop the Scythe or whatever, and then leave Crystal Wing on the board. So still very powerful. All right, we're now going to start going second. We're going to start showing them the aggressive nature behind this deck. So our hand of 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 will be Chaos Space. So the only bad card in our particular hand of this is opening up the bloody Dasher, but that is what it is. Again, you've got a couple of options here. So if we activate the Aloof Lupine, you banish the Thunder Dragon, you get a Thunder Dragon Roar from the deck, you bring out Thunder Dragon Dark. So you've got your Crystal Wing play straight up. The only thing you don't have is you won't have a Dark in the hand to set off your Chaos Space plays. So entirely up to you on where you want to go. You're definitely going to activate the Thunder Dragon first, because this will then give you your materials that you need for your Chaos Space. So there you go. Give yourself 2 Thunder Dragons. Very, very good. Normal summon the Aloof Lupine. Your opponent's got a lot to play through on this, to be fair, or you've got a lot to kind of play through. So Aloof Lupine effect, banish one of the Thunder Dragons, trigger the effect of, or resolve the effect of Aloof Lupine. The first one you want to go for is a Roar. Roar will then trigger, and the next one you're going to go for is your Dark. Now again, this is at this particular point that you can activate Instant Fusion, summon out your sea monster of Theseus. I mean, you could try and trick into a Titan early if you really, really wanted to, but I don't think it's worth it. You kind of want the Thunder Dragon Fusion. So you go into your sea monster of Theseus, sync these together, go into Sulkin, trigger the effect of Thunder Dragon Dark. You've got plenty of Thunder Dragons banished, and you've maintained a Thunder Dragon in the hand, which is really important, because you're now going to get like ultimate pops. It's crazy. Get yourself a Thunder Dragon Fusion, set the Thunder Dragon Fusion, or a Chaos Space, or a Fusion Destiny, doesn't matter. Sulkin will then trigger to summon out a Crystal Wing. There we go. You could activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion right now. No real issue of doing that now. So you put back your Dark, Thunder Dragon there. Actually, no, we'll leave the Dark in the grave because that will help for my banish. Put all 3 of these back into the deck. Summon out the Titan. And now Titan just goes mad because you go, okay, cool. Thunder Dragon, any response? No, fine. Titan pop. Add another Thunder Dragon. Activate Thunder Dragon, any response? No, Titan pop. Add the 3rd and final Thunder Dragon, which is absolutely fine because it's just going to be discard fodder. You've then got the ability of activating your Chaos Space and send the Thunder Dragon. Now you can do all of this now, or what I would probably advise doing first would be to link these into Dagda, because then at least it's going to cut a card out of your deck as well. And should you not win this time, considering you've just popped twice off of Titan, you'll pop twice off of Titan, you've got Crystal Wing, you've got Dagda, like you're in Dreamland. Activate the Chaos Space, send in the Thunder Dragon to the graveyard to add you a Dark. Now, you can go full aggression and go Levianeer, or you can go loose aggression and go for the Dragon Link. It's entirely up to you on where you'd want to go on this one. I suppose if you go full aggression, you're probably going to go... Where are you? Probably going to go Levianeer. The only thing is you would sacrifice yourself with a drum. Well, no, I suppose... No, I think you're being fine. So then what you do here is you go Levianeer. Now, to do this, you want to banish the Lights and Dark, so you're going to banish a Thunder Dragon. You definitely need to banish the Sulkin. It's very important. And then you will banish another Thunder Dragon, which is completely fine. So then what that'll do is that'll summon down Levianeer. Levianeer's effect will then go off to pop 2 cards. Keep in mind it can't attack the turn you've activated that effect. But what I believe you now can do is you can banish your Chaos Space. Let me just double check this. So you target one of your banished light or dark monsters that can't be normal summoned or set and place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. Now, I'm not too sure if I'm allowed to do it with Sulkin. If I'm not allowed to... This is where the play will dictate. If I'm allowed to do it with Sulkin, this will go back, I'll draw a random card, which is fine, because it's basically just going to be used as discard fodder. Because then what I would do, because I can't attack with Levianeer, is I'd link these 2 together, go into Unicorn, use the effect of Unicorn, ditch the card that I've just drawn, because I can't ditch the Dasher. If I can't do it with that, if I can't do it that way, I'd probably still leave the Levianeer on the board. I'd still make the Unicorn. I just wouldn't have the discard fodder, and then you just activate Fusion Destiny, which will give you a DPE. Now, obviously, what you've then ultimately done is you've destroyed 2 with Titan. You've destroyed 2 more with Levianeer, so you've cleared off 4 cards. You've got aggression of 32 here. You've got aggression of 3k there, 25 there. and 22 there. Plus your opponent is going to be losing 400 attack because you'll have Dasher and Celestial in the grave. Now, you would also have Scythe set as well because you would have activated something under Dagda. So you're in a good position there. So DP can then Scythe lock them during the next turn if they survive. So yeah, interesting route of play there. Very, very aggressive once it gets going and kind of goes from there. So let's do another final shuffle and we'll do our final test hand. Going second being, after a decent shuffle and cut, always cut the deck. So our final test hand will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing I want to activate there. 6. Okay. Again, is what it is. The Scythe in the hand sucks a little bit, but probably if you're going second and you know you're going second, you might actually take the Scythe out. It comes down to your personal playstyle. We have got the Fusion Destiny, which is great, and we also have the Allure of Darkness, which is additionally great. You could gamble it and activate the Allure of Darkness now. The only thing that you would probably lose would be your Chaos Creator. So it's entirely up to you. I would activate the Thunder Dragon again just to give me a bit of deck resource. If we did activate Allure, that's what we would have gotten. So not really worth it. Where are we? Thunder Dragon and Thunder Dragon. So this just gives us an additional card in the hand, and it deck thins via 2 cards. So if you wanted to gamble on the Allure again, you could do so. The only reason for gambling on an Allure is you want to hit a Thunder Dragon Raw. But if we're not going to hit that, then there's no point in doing it, and you can do that all through Lupine anyway. So the gamble would be Allure, and if we did make that gamble, it would be perfect, like literally perfect. I personally wouldn't have made the gamble. I probably would have just gone Lupine first, because I kind of want the Chaos Creator. Like, I'm going to set up enough to bring back what I end up banishing anyway. So Lupine, banish Thunder Dragon, banish one from the deck, which will be your Thunder Dragon Raw. Trigger Thunder Dragon Raw's effect to give you a Dark from the deck. Now the best thing about this is once I get Thunder Dragon Fusion, because I've got Thunder Dragon in hand, I just repeat the Titan loop where I keep popping cards, which is great. So we're going to link these two together. There's no need to go anywhere further right now. And you can go into, again, I'd probably go, like our best link to, which is something I need to look into in this day, is probably going to be Dagda again, just because it's stronger. I could go for Verte, but I've already got the Thunder Dragon Fusion. The only reason I would go with Verte would be to use Thunder Dragon Fusion from the deck, but then it locks out Fusion Destiny. So, catch-22. Thunder Dragon Dark will then trigger. That will then give me Thunder Dragon Fusion. Now, I've got to remember to do this correctly. What we've got here, so we've got the Allure. Again, the Allure's too risky. Like, it's not really going to get me anything yet. I'd want to do Allure as probably a win more kind of card. So, with my grave, I've got Lights and Darks in there, which is completely fine, but I've only got 4 Thunder Dragons. So if I do activate Thunder Dragon Fusion, I probably want to do that first. And put the Lights in the graveyard first. Go banish those. Still doesn't give me enough unless I Allure for something. So I'd be risking it even if I did it that way. Okay, so what I mean by this is we activate Thunder Dragon Fusion now. I would leave Dark banished, or Raw banished, and I'll put Thunder Dragon, and Thunder Dragon Dark back into the deck. And the reason I do that is you then summon out Titan, and this is where you can start going a little bit crazy. You trigger off the Dagda, but you've got nothing to set, so what you now do is you go, right, Thunder Dragon, any response? No, cool. Titan pop, resolve by giving me another Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon, anything on resolution, no, or anything on activation, no, Titan pop. Add the third and final Thunder Dragon. I still have lights and darks in the graveyard, which is completely fine as well. So now what I can do is I can activate Chaos Creator by banishing Lupine and Thunder Dragon. And this is where it gets really cool, is you're actually then going to use Chaos Creator's effect. You're going to put Thunder Dragon back into the deck, Lupine back in the deck, and you're going to summon your Thunder Dragon Raw. That then gives me another activation of Thunder Dragon to then discard nothing on resolution, Titan pops for a third and final time. You can then set your Allure, and you're going to risk your Scythe and your Dragon, or you can set the Scythe. So you're going to risk the final Thunder Dragon in the hand, which is completely fine. You could Fusion Destiny first. The only reason you would do that is it means you're not going to draw into a Celestial or a Dasher. which could be really, really important and really, really risky. So it just means that whatever you get off the Allure is just going to be protection cards. Like, you're not going to be able to go any further. Do I need to go any further is the question. Probably not. So we'll activate Fusion Destiny first. We'll send the Celestial. Let's just check. No, it wasn't on top. Send, where are they? Dasher and Celestial. I'm not able to summon anything more. If I wanted to, I could link off the Dagda. But because I'm going aggression, there's no need to do that. So we'll go into DPE. Like, I could have linked off these two with the Dagda to make Appaloosa. So if I'm worried about Nibiru, then 100% you do that. I don't feel that there's any reason to activate a Allure, because whatever I get is either going to the graveyard or it's going to get banished. So there's no reason for me to do that right now. And if I've already won the duel from this attack, like, keeping in mind that Titans pop 3 times. If they've got a big boss monster that I need to get rid of, then I DPE it anyway. And I can keep DPE on the board, because I can just go, okay, DPE, pop, Allure, get rid of it, and then kind of go in aggression that way. Keeping in mind all my opponent's stuff is losing 400, like, it sees you through to the end. If they do manage to survive, I still have the ability of a DPE lock right here to kind of go from there. So it does give you the best of both plays, and it's entirely up to you. And if you don't even use that, you can then gamble the Allure, which wouldn't have worked. We would have lost that one. So is what it is. Anyway, that is it for the test hands. I hope this has kind of shown you the basic plays. Like, at the end of the day, Lupine is such a good basic play. It's basically like Allure plus Roar, or Lupine plus Roar gives you near enough max combo. I hope it's also shown you the reason that we play Instant Fusion and Ready Fusion, and I hope it kind of opens your eyes on the Chaos version and whether you want to play the Chaos version or the Nemesis version as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling!